The day you gave us, which is today, June 2nd, 2020. Been pondering upon the introduction to the book of Philippians. Paul, the writer, obviously shared very deep fellowship and interest in the Christians at Philippi. He says in verses 1 through to 5, I thank my God in all my remembrance of you, make always in every prayer of mine for you all, making my prayer with joy, because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now. Paul had deep fellowship with these Christians there. He'd shared it from his first day of contact when the gospel had been brought all those years ago, back in Acts and chapter 16. And he longs for them. He has a deep interest in them. He longs for their progress in Christ. He longs for their fruitfulness in Christ. He longs for everything that is good to come into their lives. And then we, interestingly, come to verse 12. I want you to know, brothers, that what has happened to me has really served to advance the gospel. They may well have heard about things that had happened to Paul and been concerned. Well, Paul wants to allay any fears that they might have about his welfare, because he is rejoicing in the fact that the gospel is going forward. And the gospel is at the heart of their fellowship. And he knows that the Philippian Christians will be interested in the gospel. They share this great fellowship in the gospel. And it's as if he says, I want you to know. You see, fellowship is a two-way thing. He wants to know of their welfare. He wants their welfare to move forward. But he's also sharing about himself. Now, we can sometimes have this sense of humility then where we just take an interest in others, and that is great. You know, we should be putting forward as a priority an interest in others, but there is a sense of being willing to share ourselves as well, shares what's happening to us, and so we can easily read over it, but it does say, I want you to know, brothers. Paul wants them to know, and he knows that they'll be interested because they're interested in him, and they're interested in the gospel with which their fellowship is bound up and all their association is founded upon. It's just beautiful to behold this. And I just want us to be thoughtful about the sharing, the two-way aspect in which we can share with brothers and sisters. And personally this applies, but more generally in dealing with others. What a beautiful thing gospel fellowship is. Should think about it more and how these things outwork. So that is the day you gave us, June 2nd, 2020.